Hi everyone, welcome to this overview video for the year-end validation process for school profile data. I'm Charlie Selu, a data and policy analyst here at the DC Public Charter School Board. This year we're working to reduce the data collection burden on schools, and towards that end, the data you validate with us will be used not just for the 2014 PMF, but for all other relevant reports we create and collaborate on. To validate your data for the school profile and other 2014 year-end validation windows, you first need to log into SharePoint by going to schools.dcpubliccharter.com. Once you've logged in with your credentials, on the navigation bar at the top, under 2014 year-end validation, select School Profile. You will see our pre-validated data. That's the data we have from you from last year, along with any changes that we're aware of from our school directory or other sources. Check to make sure that each piece of data is accurate. Note that there may be some fields which are blank, and that's okay as long as the field does not apply to your school. So for example, under takes applications through if different than end grade, if it's blank, that's fine as long as there is not a separate end grade for your applications that's different from the end grade of your school. So for example, if you only take applications through first grade, you would need to put 1 here. But if it's blank, that's fine as long as it doesn't apply to your school. On the other hand, if there's a question mark, then PCSB is missing data about your campus that we are asking you to provide. So here, under regular school day times, the fact that there's a question mark in this instance means that there's data that we're missing about this school that we need to have. So if you notice any errors or anything that's changed or any question marks that you need to provide us data on, the steps to update the data are first to export it. So under the Actions tab up at the top, select Export, and you can choose to export it either to a standard CSV file, or in this case, I'll choose Excel. Once you've downloaded the file, open it in Excel, and make any changes, highlighting the rows that you change. So for example, if you end up changing the school day times row because of the question mark, you would fill in the information. I'm not actually sure what it is in this case, but you'd fill in the information and highlight the row to indicate that it's been changed. You then save the file and send an email to datatickets@dcpcsb.org with the subject 2014 School Profile Validation, attaching the updated school profile data file, and noting in the email that you've updated the data for your campus. Once you send the email to us, you'll get an email back with a data ticket reference number. And that's important because you still have one step left, and that's to confirm the validation of the data. So going back to SharePoint for a moment, at the top navigation, you'll see a link to the PMF Wiki. The PMF Wiki is your one-stop shop resource for information about the different validation windows at the end of the year. You'll notice that we're now in the midst of school profile validation, and to the right you'll see a link to the validation confirmation form for school profile information. At the end of each window, you need to confirm with PCSB that you agree or do not agree with the data on SharePoint. So you'd click the link, it would open a Google form. If all the data in SharePoint is already accurate, you would fill out this form and select yes, that you have verified and agree with the school profile data in SharePoint for your campus. However, if there's an error or you've had to make an update to the data, you would fill out this form except you would select no. On the subsequent page, you'd be asked to reference the data ticket reference number that you received in response to your data ticket email. And then you'd be done. Once you've submitted the validation confirmation form, you're all done for now. If you've submitted an update, we will follow up and update the underlying data, which you should see within 2 weeks of the window closing. But that's it. If you go back to the PMF Wiki, you can find more information about the upcoming validation windows for the year-end validation process that we're using this year for both the PMF equity report and our other year-end reports. So thanks a lot for joining us, and if you have any questions, feel free to email us at datatickets@dcpcsb.org. Thanks a lot.